I'm Lindsey, and this is my persuasive speech, and this is my audience.
Hi.
Okay. Social media has been growing vastly over the past century. According to the article titled Instagram Use and Young Women's Body Image Concerns and Self-Objectification, published in 2017, states that the platform Instagram has been growing to over 400 million active users and over 800 million uploaded images every single day. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the dangers of social media and its impacts. We will look at how social media affects our mental health. We will look at how social media has become the prevalent environment for growing generations, and we will look at what FOMO is. And we will look at how simply taking a break from social media can have a huge impact on our lives. I have seen some of the effects of social media in my own friend group as well as myself, and I have conducted further research on this subject. You will be able to recognize the influence that social media has on the human brain as well as the society as a whole. Social media has a lot of negative impacts on adolescents. So let's take a look at what the negative impacts that social media has. Social media has a long-term consequence for many people, especially kids. Social media encourages a lot of negative experiences. For example, when kids are scrolling through Instagram and they see the modified images that social media has for supermodels or maybe even their own friends, kids become very dissatisfied in their own body image. And rather than keeping people connected, social media actually makes people feel more isolated because they want to stay behind a screen rather than communicate to each other face to face. Social media also encourages a lot of anxiety and depression. According to this graph right here, found on the website, the data social media trends, that was accessed on May 31st, social media can cause a lot of depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-doubt, and a lot of people's daily lives. Many people also can be sucked into social media through self-centeredness or through self-absorption. The negative effects that social media has come from the world we live in and is driven by a common form of fear. Our culture has been centered around social media for the past decade and has been encouraged by a feeling called FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out. FOMO has been around a lot longer than social media has. So FOMO can make people want to check their phone every second of every day to make sure they're not missing any notification and to make sure that they feel included in the social media world. But before the social media world, many people would like to hang out with each other physically and talk to each other face to face. I know, crazy, right? But once social media was introduced, communication was revolutionized. According to the article, The Evolution of Social Media, How Did It Begin? Where Could It Go Next? Published in 2021, 72% of American adults had some sort of social media. However, back in 2005, when Facebook went live, that was only 5%. People today are prone to talk to each other through a screen rather than through face-to-face. That means that kids these days have not experienced what it was like before when we were primarily talking to each other in person. With the symptoms of society worsening from the effects of social media, there needs to be a plan of action. I encourage you all to take a break from social media, and there are many ways that we can approach this plan of action. One way you can do this is by trying not to use your phone all the time. By doing this, you are less tempted to go look on your social media accounts and to scroll mindlessly through them. Another way that we can do this is by deleting your social media apps. This also decreases the temptation that you have to go look at your social media. What I like to do when I'm in social situations and I don't want to use my phone is I'll put it in my back pocket, or I'll put it in another room altogether to make sure that the phone is out of sight and out of mind. And when we do this, we are trying to talk to each other more offline than we are online. Another thing that you can do instead of going on your social media apps is to try things like journaling or reflecting on your day. Or you can do it by doing the things that you love to do most, like going on walks or reading a book. Any time that you're not spending mindlessly scrolling through social media is a time well spent. And you don't have to do this you don't have to get rid of your social media apps indefinitely. You can just take a break from social media weekly or monthly, or any time that you feel has a great impact on you. To avoid the negative impacts of social media, we should shut off our accounts in order to grow our minds in true reality rather than a reality that's on screen. Today we discussed the many dangers of social media and its many impacts. We discussed what the negative impacts of social media was on our mental health. We looked at what FOMO is and how social media has become the prevalent environment for our growing generations. And we looked at how taking a break from social media can have a huge impact in your life. Now that you know about the dangers of social media, I want to leave you with this statement. You are not defined by the numbers of likes that you have on Instagram, Facebook, or any other form of social media. You are defined by your character, so don't let social media define who you are. Thank you.